Dosha was no scholar. She did nothing idly. The river has brought us here for a reason. A treasure of some kind. A potent weapon or an epic spell. Dosha respected only one thing. Power. Whatever it is, we must get it away from here. Dosha knew of this place, and so others do as well. If we don't retrieve whatever it is, others will come. And it must have something to do with that Mortum Vivicus. If Molag Bal plans to unleash that weapon again, we must stop it. The last days of the Dwemer were endless war. Their mages raced to perfect ever more esoteric spells, ever more powerful weapons. Perhaps the origins of the Vivicus stem from that long-gone era. A holdfast of the Dwemer, the dwarves. We're somewhere in Hammerfell, I think, near the South Dragontail Mountains. Or so Dosha's notes say. If I did, I'd be the wisest woman in Tamriel, comrade. No one knows what made the dwarves disappear. Or at least, no one is saying. Why does the river take us anywhere? The Dwemer built complexes all throughout northern Tamriel. My guess is that we're at this ruin for a treasure of some kind. If just any dwarven ruin would do, there are closer places than Mizeneld. Dosha kidnapped our comrade Merrick. She intended to harvest his soul for Molag Bal, in service to a plan involving this Mortum Vivicus. And then, of course, you came to his rescue, slew her and stole her journal, which is what led us here. Many things. The journal spoke of this place, but it also spoke of terrible things. Things I wish I could unlearn. Prolonged contact with Molag Bal twisted her mind. What in Nern?
The undead are close behind us. We must hide the remains of the weapon. Now!
The automatons are still active. We'll die down here.
We will see this done, or Molag Bal's hunters will chew on our bones.
Grell is right. With any luck, the constructs will hold back the dead. Let's move.
Those were ancient ones. Aliens in a Dwemer ruin. What went on here? Blades ready, comrade. These constructs know no mercy.
Damn it. Corino is dead. The weapon will be lost forever.
No, there's still hope. Osterand will have to do it.
Oblivion, take you. I can't.
We can still succeed. But you'll have to enact the sacrifice, my friend.
Without a soul in the crystal, there will be no way to repair the weapon. It must be done, Osterand.
A sacrifice? What did they come here to do? The skill it took to craft these constructs. Amazing. Just think what this place must have looked like in the time of the Dwemer.
Barely survived the last wave. Balasha's injured. We'll never hold against the dead and the constructs.
Osterond is right. You need time. I'll lead the dead away, down another branch in the tunnels.
Nanath, don't. You'll never survive the swarm.
If my death buys you the time it needs. For Deladil and Meridia!
Giving yourself willingly to the river's current. Noble. More wonders. And a split in the path. Which way shall we go, comrade? Amazing these halls remain intact. moment. This may be crucial.
My love, Osterond, if you're going to do it, you have to do it now. I'm dying.
I can't. Don't die on me, Valasha. I can't do this.
You must, my love, or Molod Ball has won.
It's what she wants, Osterand. This is why we came here. Do it!
Goodbye, my love. My Valasha.
Valasha's journal remains. Perhaps it will shed more light on what's going on here. Another journal? Amazing it's still preserved. May I see it? The water begins to clear. 2 cities, 1 warship's Meridia. The other, Molag Bal. Abagarlis, the city of the dead, creates a relic to strike at the Meridians. Deladil, city of light, creates their own weapon, forged around a heart of crystal. Just so. These ancient ones steal into the heart of the enemy with this crystal weapon. They stop the ritual, and their king ends the dark rule of Abagarlis. But they are hunted, so they try to find a haven, a place to hide the crystal. You have the right of it. They sought to hide their prize, but the priestess of Meridia first gave her life. She relit the crystal heart so that the weapon could one day be forged anew. Yes, comrade. The journals also speak of a tome, instructions for creating the weapon. The crystal heart of the weapon and the means to construct it lie here somewhere in these ruins. And still more active constructs.
I can't hold them. You have to go.
I'm not leaving you.
We died when we agreed to this quest. We just kept walking a while. Hide the crystal. Hide the tome. Go!
Such bravery in the face of certain death.
The dead Centurion, a fitting resting place for my beloved. Now just have to fight. What? No!
The crystal is in that steam Centurion. We must destroy it! Well done. Now to leave this place. We've succeeded where that withered root dosha failed, comrade. Here, I will open a portal for us to return. Take the crystal and the tome. Give them to Merrick, and he can begin learning what it will take to forge the weapon. I have something I must attend to, comrade. The knowledge we have gained here has flooded my mind. I must mind the river's course. I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
Wait for her to leave. I must speak with you.
I'll see you down the river, comrade.
Please, speak with me. I have only a moment to talk. You're in danger. Danger I can't fully comprehend. Not even in death. Someone close to you has plans. Plans for both of us. Plans to betray you. I am anchored, contained, pulled away. Beware, comrade.
Welcome back from the depths, comrade. Guildmaster Sees All Colors told me you'd have something for me. Thank you. I'll begin my research straight away. You'll be the first we contact once I know the details. In the meantime, Sees All Colors sends her regrets she couldn't stay. She said she had an urgent matter to attend to.
I don't think we've met, comrade. I handle all special contracts involving the worm cult. Dark anchors are everybody's problem, no matter your political leanings. Some tree minders approached our Shadowfen chapter. Though they've seen no evidence of the worm cult, they've dreamt it for some time. For my own peace of mind, head to Shadowfen and destroy any dark anchors you find.
Guild request message for you, comrade. Comrade, I must speak with you about an urgent matter. Sees All Colors requests you make your way to her as soon as possible. She said she hopes to make use of your prize. She said you'd understand what that meant. She and Aelif await you at the hall in Stormhold. Go well on your path. Not much you don't already know. Every blade's been turned toward the Daedra. Heard a big crew took down an anchor somewhere in Cyrodiil last week. Messy business. Landed right on top of a skirmish between the Pact and the Dominion.
Nonsense. I'm sure it's just a clerical error. You'll be in the Academy next season for sure.
I can fit you. We even have a spare hammock. Walk with the three.
You a talker or a gawker? Might earn a busted lip either way. Guess I'll leave your face as it is then. Can't make any promises about that in the future. That's not always a threat. Faces are good for more than punching on rare occasion. I suppose I'll be getting used to seeing yours around. Or not. Could get it mauled off on your first pledge. Break hearts, break faces, break anything I feel like, really. And when the mood strikes, I assign pledges. Undaunted who want to be among the first to see a newly discovered dungeon go through me. Even we haven't seen everything Nirn has to offer. Some Undaunted sponsor expeditions to find new challenges to overcome. That earns them the privilege of taking the first crack. You stake a claim on some new dungeons, I'll offer you pledges for it. Good. Tell Maj I said to give you a key. Maybe that'll help you keep that face long enough for me to get to know it. Go on. Finish your business with Maj. Then you can try to impress me. Let's say I don't bow to tradition, especially concerning romance. Someone catches my eye, I'll win their heart. Bloodied my blade on dozens of jealous lovers. Not to mention preachy types who can't mind their own business. In the old clans? Yeah. When Orsimer disapprove of your behavior, blades do the talking. I'm very opinionated.
Hey there, Scrub. You'd best stay back. We are speaking of blood and glory, for we are undaunted. Did she now? She must like you. In that case, you're going to need all the help you can get. Take your key and come back when you're ready to take the pledge. I can't wait to see what you're made of. Kale Stig the Axe is one of our bravest members. And you can take him down a peg if you take the Undaunted pledge.
Nothing about you says risk or challenge, and especially not punch a troll in the face while wearing a crown made from your own trousers. If you care to prove me wrong, I can introduce you to my two best friends, Gold and Bragging Rights. Good. A client approached me today. Seems they thought Chill Hollow would be the perfect place to hide caches with documents of, let's say, a political nature. But the place was haunted, so it is now a literal dead drop. Grab the hidden package and bring it to me. The other caches are trap decoys, so watch yourself. While you're there, destroy the toughest creature you can find. It's a matter.
Are you not afraid?
We can find room. Safe travels to you.
I wish I was off adventuring.
Unspotted. Trust this one.
There is much more I can teach you. What else do you hope to learn from me? A provisioner condenses the essence of ingredients into food or drink. A true artist balances palate with nutrition. I can share this noble profession, but I can only certify one craft at a time. Understood? Provisioning is a rewarding yet grueling profession. Gruel, you see. I am capable of levity, on occasion. First, you'll need a recipe and some ingredients. Then you shall roast a pig. Yes, I hope you don't think it beneath you. As bards learn lyrics before singing them, provisioners must work from recipes. A recipe specifies volume, proportion, and preparation time. Understanding these principles is key. I keep an old rival's recipe nearby. Go, find and memorize it. Return to me when you have done so. Provisioners are quite secretive, but all is fair in brews and stews. Some provisioners hide recipes in old drawers or shelves, thinking themselves clever. Better to memorize the recipe, then others cannot possibly learn your secrets. Should coin be of no issue to you, guilds often sell such items in their guild stores. You may also trade with an ally. Roast pig is an easy recipe to learn, but difficult to master. Provisioners are only as good as their ingredients. The fewer the better. Simplicity of pairing is key. Now, go find ingredients for roast pig. If my stocks are empty, you should find what you need in town. Barrels, sacks of grain, kitchens, of course. It's food, it's simply around. Find what you need and take it. Should coin be of no issue to you, guilds...
Always a pleasure, Thar.
I see my summons reached you. Good. Good. You may wonder who I am and why I sent for you. Don't. Just trust me. I have only the best interests of the Empire in mind, but we must leave now if we're going to take advantage of the situation. A situation that could end the Three Banners War and get Irene, Emmerich, and Yoren to return to their senses. While these children squabble over territory, the common people and the Empire suffer. We have an opportunity and we need to jump on it. In simple terms, I just purchased 2 halves of an ancient tablet, the Wrathstone. It forms a map that should lead us to a weapon whose existence will force all sides to cease their aggressive behavior. Help me acquire this weapon and end the war. We must hurry. Even now, someone follows me, resisting my best efforts to identify them. While I deal with this threat, I need you to begin the process of locating the triangulants. Without them, the map is worthless. Of course it is. I just invented it. Right now, the map shown on the Wrathstone has no identifying features. Without the triangulants, I have no context by which to read the map. I know a Khajiiti lawmaster, however, who can help with that. Each half of the tablet contains part of a map and an inscription. Khanzari and the demon weapon. The key to finding the triangulants resides in that Khajiiti myth. We must convince Dagoril Dro to direct us to storytellers who know the legend. Dagoril Dro often relaxes in stone falls. We need to bring him a gift, however, and I happen to know he is fond of dusk mushrooms. Gather the mushrooms in High Tide Hollow, then meet me at the Lawmaster's camp. I'll mark the location on your map. I know about a great many things, but Khajiiti legends tend to be convoluted. The Lawmaster must direct us to the secret order of storytellers, the Moon Singers. Only they can set us on the correct path. Now, gather the mushrooms for Dagoril Dro. An associate pointed me toward the scholar Thariah, who agreed to deliver the tablet. She uncovered the 2 halves at Frostvault and Garlas Malatar, then had the audacity to charge me a small fortune. Still, the tablet forms the map we need. The tablet speaks of Kunzari and the demon weapon he hid away in an ancient place of power. But the map isn't complete. It requires triangulants to serve as orientation points. Without those, it's worthless. That's where the storytellers come in. Written records are silent on the subject, but the tablet indicates that Kunzari hid a demon weapon. That's the best translation I could manage. Demon weapon. I believe it's the same relic Queen Anequina used to end the First War of the Prides. Khajiiti legends, each based on a modicum of truth. Queen Anequina led the most powerful of the 16 Khajiit kingdoms. It even took her name. When the Khajiit fought the First War of the Prides, Queen Anequina used a relic to restore the peace. A mythic hero of the Khajiit. His tales tend to be rather outlandish, so we need to separate the truth from the lies. Once we gather the stories related to Kunzari and the demons, we'll find clues that will lead us to the triangulants. Menial labor? I think not. But weren't you paying attention? Someone has been following me ever since I decided upon this course of action. Despite my efforts, their identity remains annoyingly elusive. Only a mage of great power could hide from me. I doubt my stalker has any interest in you. Why do you think I requested your aid? Given your relative unimportance, you should be able to travel unmolested. Once I've dealt with my stalker, I'll join you at Dagaril Dro's camp.
Over here! We have much to discuss, you and I. Finally! I was beginning to think you'd never show up here. Glad to see that my calculations and speculations proved correct. I assumed you'd eventually show up here, and as usual, the great mage was right. Now, come closer. We have much to discuss, you and I. I recently received a message that was apparently meant for you, from an oracle. It came to me in a most unsettling manner. Anyway, I determined the chances of meeting you here, and there you are. Saves me the trouble of crafting a message stone. Well, I was about to portal to Alinor for a proper meal, but since you're here now, we might as well discuss that message. It came from Mariv, an oracle of the weird. I usually avoid soothsayers, but Mariv possesses a genuine talent. Down to the last syllable. Her predictions are open to interpretation, but what she said made me uneasy. A web of trouble. The island that went away, 3 dark princes, and your name. After that, she stopped responding to my projections. It means you need to find the oracle and make sure she's all right. I enchanted a small boat to take you to an isolated part of Bankarai, near her last known location. And take this medallion of summoning. Use it to call upon me if the need arises. As it so happens, the great mage knows a great deal about a great many things. What else can I tell you before you go? Uneasy? I don't believe that's the word I used. Nevertheless, her prophetic verses tend to be loquacious and hauntingly beautiful. This one was terse. It mentioned trouble of some sort, a vanishing island and dark princes, probably Daedra. Well, trouble could mean almost anything, though nothing good. The island could refer to Artaeum, the home of the Sigic Order. It disappeared more than 300 years ago. And I have heard rumors about some sort of Daedric alliance. You'll have to take that up with the Oracle. I suppose you figured into her vision, or whatever it is that spawns her prognostications. If this message came from anyone else, I'd say it was some sort of ruse. Mariv, however, is the genuine article. Oracle Mariv belongs to the Weird, a sisterhood of witches that revere the natural world. Mariv started receiving visions at a young age. Over the years, she has provided the Mages Guild and the Psijic Order with warnings we could act upon. The usual sorts of dire predictions. Most recently, Mari foresaw the deaths of Kings Fulbert and Tamlian. She has an unusual knack, an ability to see into other realms as well as into possible futures. Makes her useful to the Psijic Order. Believe me, I tried. Mariv has always been a loner, even more so than her fellow Wirises. She said she had more to do and that you would come to save her. So get to it! Go save the Oracle! Then get her to tell you more about her vision. Surely you can puzzle that one out on your own. It will take you exactly where I told it to go. But the magic isn't permanent. Best get a move on. You don't want to be on that tiny boat in the middle of the ocean when the spell wears off. Give you the... What? Do you think I have a boat in my pocket? That it folds up and fits in your backpack? Ridiculous! It's nearby on the docks. I'll mark the location on your map. I did get the name the Oracle provided me with right, didn't I? I've magicked the medallion so that you can use it to call me to your location, provided the need is great and I'm not otherwise occupied. Be sure to save it for a special occasion.
I'll have his heart. Stranger, I'm bold to ask, but have you met a man named Denthis Ramori in the neighborhood? My worthless apprentice. He stole one of my spell books. Unfortunately for him, I am no fool. That book is protected by a ward invoking, Arke or Akatosh. I imagine he regrets taking that book now. Why? I want my spell book back, and I want to flay him alive. You can search for him, or his brother might know where he is. Dethys favors the tavern nearby. Oh, and please, don't mention the flaying. What? How? Oh, right. The book.
Praise Vivek. Thank you for releasing me. I'll run right to him and explain. By the way, I have an amazing idea for a spell that makes everyone else around you smell better. It will change everything.
Master Merrick, where are you?
Tomorrow will be better.
Welcome to the fish.
I've got clean socks.
Hey, have one with me.
Did you force this, Oracle? Keep searching. The master demands success.
Stop! Don't come any... Oh, you're not one of those Daedric monstrosities. First these Daedric aberrations and now you? What trouble has Oracle Mariv dredged up this time? The Great Mage? That doesn't surprise me. He's always had a peculiar fascination with Mariv's talents. My sister prefers her solitude, but we come by occasionally to check on her. When I arrived, the Daedra were everywhere, but Mariv wasn't here. Interesting. I noticed fresh ink on one of her parchment sheets. I think she was writing something when the Daedra appeared. This vision must have been special to attract the attention of those unnatural creatures. Perhaps, but there's no evidence of violence here. No, I think she sent her message and escaped to a place of safety. Probably the old weird site in what is now the Mines of Chorus. It's a good place to hide. Seek Mariv there. Be careful. Those old mines may be abandoned, but that doesn't mean they're empty.
What are you doing here, city dweller? Keep your distance, outsider. The last thing we need is some rock-brained city dweller bumbling around. Darkness dominates this part of the forest. Uella the Hagraven and her Reachmen are encamped here. For now, at least. Yes, there is something you could do for me, outsider. I have a cousin who left the Sisterhood and returned to the stinking pile of rocks that is Evermore. If you are going there, find her, and tell her to leave the city, now. Because the city is doomed. Even if they are not destroyed by the Reachmen, there is a corruption from within the city that will bring it down. I prefer that my cousin Phil goes was not there. Please, just tell her she has to get out.
Then that... I don't suppose you're here to pay your respects to the Blacklight Raiders, are you? A notorious band of treasure hunters from the First Era. They went all over Morrowind looting and pillaging, stealing our people's most sacred relics. I studied them and tracked down a lockbox holding their greatest treasure, but I can't open it. Because the fool's password is a combination of letters from the raiders' names and professions. Totally forgotten now. All 4 raiders are buried here, but the gravestones are worn. I found a few clues. I have coin if you can figure this out. It sounds archaic, but the Blacklight Raiders were well-rounded. Warrior, cleric, thief, and mage. The mage wrote a letter to one of the others telling how to open the lockbox. Between the letter and the gravestones, I hope we can solve it. Yes, that's all we have to go on. What we need to figure out is what each of the Blacklight Raiders' names was, and whether they were the fighter, the mage, the thief, or the cleric. Look at the letter. I only know so much. They started out as just a small band of adventurers from High Rock, exploring old barrows and caves, killing bandits and monsters, that sort of thing. Over time, though, they became notorious, especially in Morrowind. I come from a village outside Blacklight. My grandfather always told me stories about the raiders who stole our family's heirlooms. Years later, I heard about this lockbox the raiders had left behind. I tracked it down, and it led me here.
Please, please.
I don't suppose you're here to... I hope you're getting more insight into this than me. Every time I think I have it all sorted out, I realize something doesn't make sense. We'll see. I've got some of it pieced together. If you can fill in the gaps, I'll be impressed. If you're ready, I'll ask you my outstanding questions. All right. First, I need to know about Joelle. I know she was the warrior, but what was her last name? That might make sense. If that's correct, though, what was Olivia's profession? All right. If that's true, then what was Willem's last name and profession? All right. Let's see if all your answers add up. All that matters is whether I can open this damn lockbox. No! Listening to the tumblers, I think we have Joelle's last name wrong. Want to try again? What? You think all I've ever done is search for information about the Blacklight Raiders? There are locks on every door in Tamriel. All right. First, I need to know... I hope you're getting more insight. All right. First, I need to know about Joelle. I know she was the warrior, but what was her last name? That might make sense. If that's correct, though, what was Olivia's profession? All right. If that's true, then what was Willem's last name and profession? All right, let's see if all your answers add up. All that matters is whether I can open this damn lockbox. No! Listening to the tumblers, I think we have Joelle's last name wrong. Want to try again? All right. First, I need to know about Joelle. I know she was the warrior, but what was her last name? That might make sense. If that's correct, though, what was Olivia's profession? All right. If that's true, then what was Willem's last name and profession? All right, let's see if all your... No! Listening to the tumblers, I think we have Joelle's last name wrong. Want to try again? All right. First, I need to know about Joelle. I know she was the warrior, but what was her last name? That might make sense. If that's correct, all right. All right, let's see if... No! Listening to the tumblers, I think we have Joelle's last name wrong. Want to try again? All right. First, I need to know about Joelle. I know she was the warrior, but what was her last name? That might make sense. If that's correct, though, what was Olivia's profession? All right. If that's true, then what was Willem's last name and profession? All right. Let's see if all your answers add up. All that matters is whether I can open this damn lockbox. Yes. It seems Willem had quite a sense of humor. Now, let's see what's inside. No gold, no relics, just a silly old blade. I'm sorry, but I was counting on something of value. I can't pay you much now. I don't shave, though, so I guess I'll sell the blade. Maybe I can get something for it.
You're just the type Sergeant Anteve is... I hope you'll forgive me for making assumptions, but... Well, you look like someone who knows how to fight. I mean, if not, then you certainly fooled me. If you do know how to fight, well then, we could really use your help. Defending the city. If you're going to be sticking around, you're probably going to be defending yourself one way or another. If you're willing, though, Sergeant Anteve asked me to send any tough-looking types his way. He's at the West Gate.